Hello. Hey, it is noon on Monday. As I promised, am in my outdoor kitchen today. So Steve and I spent a good chunk of yesterday getting it cleaned up. It'd kind of been not used much this year, so we got everything organized. And so anyway, I wanted to be outside, but I didn't want to be like right in the direct sun. So here we are. So I'm going to be right in front of the couch today. You can see our A-frame cabin behind. We also are going to be showing probably, I'm thinking next week, I will show you one of the small cabins that we have finished now that will be for sale coming up soon. So today we're going to talk about, I want to start by talking about something that I get a lot of when I talk about like yoga and fitness and things like that. So I started a new workout program this week through Beachbody called Muscle Burns Fat. And I haven't lifted weights in a while. I've been running a lot. I've been doing yoga, but I have not been lifting weights. So this program, I had to go back and start with like no weights and 3-pound and 5-pound and the really little stuff. And so I was thinking about how I get a lot of I can't, or I don't know how, or that's too hard when we talk about fitness and yoga. And what I just want to remind everyone is we're all kind of coming in from wherever we happen to be. So if a particular pose or a particular workout program or something seems hard, there's a reason for that. If we could all do everything right off the bat, why would we need to practice? It's like taking a class. When I teach students accounting, they don't come in knowing how to do accounting. Hi, Rachel. Yay. I'm glad you are moved in. So had a few people moving this weekend. So anyway, if we could do everything right off the bat, what would be the joy in that? We would never be learning. So we come to this where we are with whatever limitations we have. We grab chairs, we grab blocks, we grab couch cushions, whatever you happen to need to do it to whatever your ability is today. So today we're actually going to start on our back. We're going to start with just kind of laying some intentions, putting together, becoming mindful of where we are at in our practice, in our fitness, in our life today. So I'm going to come over on, oh, and I was going to tell you guys too, I have this horrible mat that I keep outside. I keep it hanging on my clothesline here at the cabin. So I just leave it there, and it just, it's like getting rained on, and it's just getting to be really kind of sad looking, but it serves the purpose. So I want everybody to come down onto their back to start with. And just keep your knees bent and just allow your shoulders to fall back and let your arms float out to your sides. Just let the soles of your feet plant down on the ground. And I just looked up and there's a whole lot of cast iron pans above my head. It's making me just a tiny bit nervous, but they've been up there for a long time, so we're just going to hope that they stay put today. All right, so we have the soles of our feet planted. Our arms are just settling out to our sides with our palms looking up toward the sky. Just allow your breath to just come in and leave. Just bringing your awareness to this space in your body. Noticing how your body is feeling today. Your eyes can be opened or closed. We're going to start with just some gentle movements with our knees, just dropping the knees to the right, not all the way to the right, just kind of part way, and then come back to center, and then drop them to the left. And coming back to center and just expanding on that kind of windshield wiper, I guess, stretch. Dropping them from one side to the other, starting to slowly and gently release the hips and the low back. And let's settle those knees back to center. Keeping the left foot planted down on the mat. Bring that right knee in and just kind of hug that right knee in towards your chest. You can make some circles with it if that feels good. And start to kind of massage out that right hip. And then let's release that foot. Switching now to the left, hug that left knee in. And then on this side again, if you'd like, you can make some circles. That knee. All right, now instead of letting that left foot fall, bring the right knee into meet and just hug those knees into your chest. Now make some circles with both knees, massaging out that low back. And let's exhale those feet back to the ground. Letting those arms float down to your sides again, this time with the palms pressing down onto your mat or onto the ground. And as you inhale, let the belly button rise. And as you exhale, release down. So this is kind of like a little bit of a bridge. We're going to float through it a few times, just starting to release that back. One more time, and this time hold at the top. And exhale, release down. So let's bring ourselves on up to seated. If you would like to be in a chair here, feel free to be in that chair. We're going to bring the soles of our feet together. So as we let the soles of our feet come together, just kind of pull them in just a bit and just open out through those knees. Imagine that you're lifting up through the crown of your head. Take some nice deep breaths. And then let's find our way to simple seated. So whatever your simple seated looks like, you might have these legs out in front of you a little ways further. Let your hands settle to your knees. Joys of being outside, bugs on your glasses, right? So let your hands settle to your knees. Lift up through the crown of your head. As you exhale, so we're going to do like a seated cat-cow. As we exhale, let the spine float back. Let your head kind of come forward. Inhale, open, lift, send your gaze up, release your shoulders back. And again. A few more times. One more full breath. And let's settle back at that seat. Let's drop those hands to our sides. On an inhale, let the arms rise. Let's intertwine those fingers. Lift through the palms. Really stretch from your tailbone up through those palms. Settle your shoulders back a bit. Open the heart. Exhale, release to the left. Hang out there for a breath or two. Notice the sensations in your arms and in your sides and in your back. Let's inhale back to the sky. and exhale to the right. Inhale back to the top. Exhale, release those hands forward. Allow that spine to curve. Inhale back to the top. We're going to drop into a twist. So releasing those fingers at the sky. Let your left hand fall to your right knee. Walk that right hand behind and lift up again through the crown of your head, lengthening that spine. We're going to do this a few times, kind of floating through. So let's inhale, bring those hands back to the sky. Exhale, drop to the other side. Inhale back to the top. Taking each side again. This time inhaling back with your breath. Exhaling to the other side. We'll do once more to each side. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, release. Again, inhaling to the top. And exhale. Inhale to the sky. Let those hands come to the heart and then to the knees. Let's drop our nose forward. Now, if you'd like, you can take your right hand and kind of take it to the crown of your head and just kind of gently guide your head down just a bit, lengthening and expanding through that upper back and spine. Inhale, send your gaze straight ahead. Exhale, drop the right ear toward the right shoulder. Again, hand can come to the crown if that feels good. I kind of like that little extra release. Let's come back up to center and drop the left ear toward the left shoulder. And let's come back to center. Let the hands settle at the knees. Just take a couple of more nice deep breaths here, just kind of noticing the sensations in your upper back and in your shoulders. We're going to come around and find all fours. So as we come around into that all fours place, if you need to, make sure that you've got a blanket or a cushion or something that you can put underneath your knees. Otherwise, just let those knees come down onto the mat. Bring your hands down, and then I want you to think about walking your hands forward until your wrists are right underneath your shoulder. You might need to just kind of do kind of like a pull forward to bring those shoulders over the wrists. Now bring your belly button in. Hug your belly button in towards your spine. It's kind of engaging that core. As we exhale, let the spine rise and the head fall. Let's inhale, let the belly fall and the head rise. Again. And one more time. Now on an exhale, drop back into an extended child's pose. Now remember, this is not a comfortable place for everyone. If you would prefer, you're welcome to stay up a little ways. You're welcome to put a cushion or something underneath or between your legs and your bum. Hands can walk forward. And breathe. On our next inhale, coming back through all fours, let's turn those toes, find our first downward facing dog today. As we soften into those heels, just letting one knee bend and then the other. Taking a peek down, making sure those arms are nice and long and we're not putting pressure onto our wrists unnecessarily. So sometimes if you feel like you're too far over, one thing that you can think about doing is lifting your hips, lifting your heels, and exhaling, releasing back into the heels. Notice my heels do not hit the ground, and that's perfectly fine. Now, soften both knees. Walk your feet towards your hands. And let's exhale into a really nice forward fold. Soften the knees as you come here. Let a hand come to each elbow. Exhale the fingertips to the ground, and as you inhale, reverse your swan dive. Arms come out and we rise. Reach the fingers to the sky. I am going to move this to the couch. I am also going to move this to the couch, just because they're making me a little nervous. So as we come to our mountain, standing up nice and tall, plant firmly through the soles of those feet. Nice soft knees. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, settle into just a little bit of a back bend. I really want you to concentrate on every bodily sensation today, noticing how this feels in your shoulders and in your upper back. Are you able to relax those shoulders? Inhale, reach. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, let your palms press into your shins, lengthen out through your spine. Exhale, release again all the way to that forward fold and step those feet back, press into your downward dog. And then on an inhale, come forward. You are welcome. I'm going to drop my knees down this first time. Walk your hands back a bit. And then release your chin and chest toward the mat. First, planting your entire self to the mat, and then bring your palms, just let your palms kind of come in under your shoulders. If it feels good, you can start to press up. And relax the shoulders, and breathe. Now, releasing down, turning those toes, press back first through all fours, and then to downward dog. Just let the right knee soften. On an inhale, lift that right foot, press the heel up toward the sky, and then soften that knee and open through the right hip. Inhale that right heel to the sky, and as you exhale, bring the right foot through. We're going to come to a high lunge first. We're going to bring that right foot through. Plant that left foot down on its side. And on an inhale, first let your hands come to your knees, and then allow those arms to rise. So let our hands come to our hearts, to the hips, and open toward a warrior two. So we're just going to kind of move between a couple of different poses today, because we're only going to do one sun salutation. So we'll go from our warrior one to our warrior two. We're going to exhale and reverse it. Get a really nice opening to the side body. Inhale, come back through that warrior two. And let's find our extended side angle. So dropping the right hand to the right knee, lift that left arm to the sky. Your elbow can come down if you'd like. There might be a couple of you that want to bring your hand to the floor. Feel free if that feels good. And then inhale, come back through center. Now we're going to exhale and kind of float our way back to the warrior one. So let your left hand come down, come back to that warrior one. Exhale, release one hand to either side of that forward foot and step back. Now you can join me through a plank and lower here if you'd like, or you can just hang out here in the downward facing dog. We'll be right back. Inhaling, coming forward. Exhaling, releasing the chin and chest. Press through wherever your cobra feels good today. Let's turn those toes back to downward dog. And do all of those fun warriors on the other side. So soften your left knee. Inhale that left foot to the sky. Press through that left heel again, opening through the left hip. Drop that heel back. So noticing really it's all about stretching today. It's all about releasing, noticing where our body is, how it feels. Lift that left heel back to the sky and exhale, bring it through. Letting that right heel this time drop down to the mat. And as you inhale, find that warrior one. So you'll see everything from the back this time. Exhale, hands to the heart, to the hips. Inhale, arms up. Release those shoulders down. You might have your feet closer together. You might not have as much bend in your knee. You might have more bend in your knee. Let's exhale and reverse it. Drop the right hand back. Lift that left arm to the sky. Exhale, release back to center. Drop that left elbow to the left knee. Reach that right hand to the sky. You might be up on the fingertips here. You might be down on the elbow. You might have those fingers to the ground. And let's inhale, come back through center. Just like the other side, we're going to exhale, bring that right hand down, find your way back to that warrior one. Exhale, hands one to either side of that forward foot, step back. Again, as on the other side, if you'd like, hang out, wait, we'll be right back in just a moment from this to this downward dog. Or you can inhale forward with you to plank. Hug those elbows, release your chin and chest. And press through cobra. Turn your toes, push back to downward dog. Soften your knees, step forward, exhale back to that forward fold. And reverse your swan dive. Exhale your hands to your heart. Now bring your hands to your hips. I'm going to come facing forward. Let's do a little balance today. So, balance. We've been dealing with like a lot of stuff like of late. The quarantine first, and then things start to open, and then they're not open, and just feeling like normal's never going to happen again. And I've noticed that I feel just a little off balance, off kilter right now. So I've been trying to spend a little bit of time each day just kind of finding balance. And physical balance can help us to be able to find the other balance. I was just talking to someone last night whose job kind of went away due to a business closing. And businesses are kind of, we're going to find a lot of flux right now. So finding kind of that peace and that balance and that center as we move through the rest of 2020 is going to be very important. So let's settle into our left foot and just let our right knee bend. Let that right knee open out. You might find that this right here is your perfect balance place today. If it is, hang out. If you'd like, you can bring that foot up. So another thing I've been suggesting to people is to not make any dramatic changes in things right now. Just kind of notice where things are landing. Take kind of stock of what's happening. Evaluate your options. And very cautiously move forward with any big changes, because we just don't know what things are going to look like in the next 6 months or a year. Let's exhale and release that foot. Let the right hand or the right foot plant down onto the mat and switch. So we're going to now soften the left knee. So because most of my life, was in the financial world, let the left foot start to rise. Using kind of that economic caution has kind of been in my wheelhouse of late. Nice deep breaths. Finding your center, your balance. First in your body and then in your mind. A couple more nice deep breaths. And let's exhale and release. So crazily, this is one of those days where I probably could have hung out in that darn tree pose for a really long time, but we need to get back to the ground and finish our practice today. So let's inhale those arms to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. It's our last downward facing dog today. Exhale, forward step back. Drop just our right knee to the mat and then come around to seated. So if you have the time or the inclination today to let your Shavasana be on your back, feel free to come to that place. Today is my tax extension filing day, so that's what I've been doing all morning, and we'll continue to do this afternoon. So I have to get back to work, but I wanted to just remind all of you that really the important thing is to make this part of your day. Schedule in your movement, your mindfulness, schedule in yourself, making sure that you find that time each day. So coming into this nice seated place, if it feels comfortable, you can let your eyes close. Relax your shoulders. Let your arms just kind of hang from the shoulders, your palms settling to where they're comfortable. Taking a couple of moments to just really dial in to your body, noticing every single muscle that we've stretched, we've opened, that we've released. If there's a part of you that's still needing some stretch, maybe you need a little shoulder opening, maybe you need a little wrist work, maybe you need even a bit more hamstring work. We did quite a bit, but maybe you need a little bit more. Making sure to notice those things and practice them if you need. So let's inhale and let our shoulders lift and drop back. Open the heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift and drop back. And one more time. Lift those shoulders. Drop them back. Open the heart. Let your hands come to your heart. They can either come one over the top, prayer, whatever feels like the right place for you today. Hopefully taking this relaxation out into the rest of your day. If you have meetings or children or work of some variety to do, just taking this peaceful, calm feeling with you. into the rest of your day. One more breath. Let it go. May you be healthy, happy, and live in peace. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. As a reminder, I think next week we will probably be practicing in our little cabin that we just got finished. There's got a couple things that I need to kind of do in there yet before we can do that. But have a great rest of your day. Thanks. Bye, guys.